dear students. In this video, we are going to discuss Term 2 paper for the class 10th with the subject code 165. Before starting this, I want to discuss the Term 2 syllabus for this year. So this is Term 2 curriculum where you have two units. One is networking and one is HTML. Networking is of 15 marks and HTML is of 10 marks. So these are the topics which are there in your syllabus for the unit 1, that is networking, where you have to discuss about the internet concepts, World Wide Web, web server. So be fixed to these topics. For this unit or networking, I have a separate elaborated video which you can go through for learning. Next is the unit 2, which contains HTML2, where you have this embed audio and video in HTML page, creating a table using the table tag tr, th, td, row span, col span, etc. Then we have links where you have significance of linking, anchor element and its attributes and target. Also you have cascading style sheets for this, color, background color. These are the properties which you have to follow. So you can see the video on creating a table and creating web page. I will share the playlist link in the description box for detailed reading. So let's start with the sample paper. So total marks are 25. Here 25 marks are for theory and time allowed is 2 hours. This paper contains 3 sections, which is A, B and C. You have to complete all the sections. Section A has only 4 questions of short type, where each question is of 2 marks and internal choice is provided in 1 question only. Section B is of long answer questions. It has 3 questions, each question 3 marks and internal choice is 1 question. Section C has 2 questions of long answer type and each question is of 4 marks. So if first section A, total 8 marks and 4 questions, each question is of 2 marks, only 1 internal choice is provided. So let's discuss the first. Write suitable HTML code. So this is from unit 2, 2 marks. HTML code to embed video and audio in a web page. So you have to write down the code for this. So this is very simple. HTML code for embedding video. So for this, first you write, if you are embedding video, write down video. Now if we write controls, so then it will show the video controls like pause, play, etc. So first is video controls. See here angular brackets are closed. So next part is source. So first you will write video / video. This is container tag. Inside the container tag you have source src and the mp4 video file name. Similarly audio controls. If you don't write controls, it will not show. So this is optional, and / audio and source. So simply see, first if you want to embed video, take a container tag video / video and here you have to mention the source. So source equal to mp4 file name. This is empty tag source src equal to empty file name. Similarly if you are having audio, so write audio / audio and write down the source file name of that mp3 file. So this is 2 mark question, 1 mark for video, 1 mark for audio. So you have to prepare from audio video section. It may possible individual content can also be asked. Next is the what do you understand by term URL. This is from unit 1 networking. How it is different from an email address. Choice is there. What is newsgroup and how it is different from a blog. So I am discussing the CBSE paper. Answers are given. URL stands for the Uniform Resource Locator and it is basically a web address. The addresses which you type, they are the URL of a website. So it identifies a resource. An email address is an account on a mail server. This is the second part. Main difference is that email contains @ sign, whereas you don't have @ with the URL. So an email address does not start with www. So if you see, this is www. Say if you are writing educomp.in or whatever you write. So this is a web address. Basically a complete address is a uniform resource locator. So it is a basically web address which starts with www, whereas email address contains @ sign and the server email server. So examples are not given because only it's asked what is URL and how it is different. Next comes the news group. Is an internet based discussion group which is one of the organized around a particular topic. For example, cyber safety, sports, cricket, etc. It's like a forum. People can post messages on the group regarding the topic and anyone can join a discussion group. A blog. Now if we talk about the blog, so blog is more like a website where an individual or group of people write about anything about their interest. It is usually owned by an individual and we can only post comments on a blog if it is allowed. So like if we allow on any blog to write about, blog is like a online diary which you daily write. So the post they comes in a like date wise manner and it looks like a website where you can put comment on someone's post. So this is news group and difference between blog. Next question is again from unit 2 where second part linking. So give the name and syntax of HTML tag which is used to create hypertext link. And what is hypertext link is asked. Hypertext. Hypertext is basically a text which allows you to link HTML elements to another section or in the same document, new section in the current document or another document. So you have internal and external link. Syntax is for the element which allows you to connect is anchor tag. Syntax is A. So you have A is the anchor tag where you want to connect a href. So here you give hypertext reference. Suppose if I want to add it with abc.html, I will write here abc.html. Now I want to connect abc. When I click on this abc link, it should link to abc.html. So this is the example. This is attribute of anchor tag. If we talk about the attributes of anchor tag are href and target. Now if you see the syllabus here about the anchor tag, you have 3 attributes: href, mail to and target. So href is used to connect with the document or the section. Mail to, when you have to send mail to any person, then mail to attribute is used. Here you will write mail to colon and the email address. Target allows you to open the page whether in the same page or in the blank window. So target equal to blank means it will open your page in a next window. So next is the Rohit, a student of class 10th, wants to represent the table. Again, now this is from the table tag. If you see the distribution, so one question of 2 marks from here, 2 marks from here and 2 marks from here, right? So Rohit, a student of class 10th, he wants to present a table in a web page, but he don't know how to show the table. Explain him the role of TR-TD tag and write a code which shows the use of TR-TD. Now TR defines a row, TD defines a cell. This is a very simple question. So now if I want to create this table, see how many rows are here. There are 3 columns and these are 3 rows. So first we define a table/table. So the beginning will start with the table/table. Where you see a row, you will write TR, and where the row ends, write down /TR. So for this detail, you can see the video in the playlist link given in the description box. So again, the number of rows you have, you will write that many TR. So this is one row and this is the second row. Once the row ends, write down /TR. There are 3 columns. So TD1 is 1, Ajay Arts. So if you see the output of this table, sometimes the question is asked, table is given, you have to tell the output. So how many rows? 2 rows. So this is TR1 part, TR2 part. Now we will divide this 3 columns. 1, in second you will write Ajay, and then we have Arts. After that this is 2, Vijay, and the commerce part. So if you have one TR straight line and the number of TDs are the table division. So 1 mark for this, half of mark each, and 1 mark for this correct HTML code. So this is the section A. After that we have section B where 3 questions are there. Now this is from unit 1 3 marks question. Define internet and 2 uses, how it is different from www. So 1 mark for correct internet, 1 mark for uses, and 1 mark for the difference. So if we see what is internet, you can define internet is a worldwide network of interconnected computer networks and other devices. It provides us a very easy way, fast and convenient way to access any type of information. And it uses the standard internet protocol TCP/IP. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol. 2 uses, to access any educational site, example, and so here you can write any 2 uses of internet. How it is different from www? www are the pages that you see when you are at a device or you are online, whereas internet is network of connected computers where the web works on. So in this way, these are the 1 mark each, 3 marks question. And children, this is the next part, is a very simple part. What is e-learning, and explain 2 parts of e-learning. E-learning can be defined as a learning system which makes use of electronic resource, mainly computer and the internet. It encompasses everything from traditional classroom that incorporates basic technology to online school, university. Now its merits: in e-learning, it is highly engaging. You can learn anywhere, at any place and any time according to your convenience. So it saves money and time both. So here if we talk about this question comes from this unit 1, and in unit 1 also it is here from this part, where e-learning, e-banking, e-shopping, e-reservation, governance, group social networking, etc. given. So the possible questions are e-learning, its merit. What is e-banking? Tell 2 merits or merits or disadvantages or advantages of it. What is e-shopping? Give a name of any 2 shopping sites. E-reservation, what do you understand by e-reservation? So IRCTC, you can mention here the reservation site. Mention any 2 e-governance sites. So here you can give example of income tax site and the MTNL site. So mygov.in, suppose this is the government site, mygov.in. So about the e-governance. Then we have the e-groups. So Google groups are example of e-groups. Social networking, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter are example of social networking. So you can see 3 mark question from here is also can be there in your section B part. Next comes how a web browser is different. So you can see this, there are 3 questions which are directly from the unit 1. So a web browser is different from a web server. Explain any 2 differences in web browser and web server with suitable example of each. Explain in and this one is the choice. Any differences between 3G and 4G technology. So a web browser is the software that can be used to browse and display web pages available over internet, whereas a web server is a software which provides these documents when required by web browser. So a web browser sends requests to web server for web services, and a web server responds to these requests by providing the required document. For example, in Google Chrome, you give your search, which is a kind of request to Google, and it shows you the result. And Apache server is example of web server. And if we see the difference between 3G, 4G, 3G is the third generation of wireless mobile, whereas fourth generation is broadband cellular network technology, which is better than 3G. A typical 3G phone can download files at maximum speed of 21 Mbps, whereas 4G can download speed at the speed of 1 Gbps. So you can see the 9-mark questions is directly from unit 1. Next section C comes, and this is about the long answer, where case study questions are given. Each question is of 4 marks. So there is a small case study is given. Mr. Harish, an accountant, works in IT firm. Due to pandemic, he has been asked to work from home, and he asked to set up his online office at home. So he purchased a laptop, web camera and other accessories. Now he has started working from home and performs his various duties online. So he want to hold an online meeting. So what type of services he can avail? And we all know nowadays, if we want to talk with anyone, we can use video conferencing service such as Skype, Zoom, Google Meet, etc., Microsoft Teams. So you can write any answer here as example of video conferencing. Mr. Pritish sends an email to Harish requesting him to prepare the balance sheet. So the protocols are SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, POP, Post Office Protocol. And here, if the company's financial head needs to send some high security documents to Mr. Harish, he uses an application which supports the protocol. So here you will write secure share. In order to gather some information on latest accounting trends, Mr. Harish wants to do some research. So he can do this by locating sites using a search engine or a web browser. And Joseph, the company secretary, sends a link, which is very important, company files. So what he will do? So he can download the files from the given link. So that was from the question unit 1, long answer. So if we see, we have unit section 3, 1 question of 4 marks from unit 1, 9 questions from in section B, completely 9 mark questions from unit 1. So in this way 13 marks are there and 2 marks in the section A. Now comes the HTML code. So for this this row span, call span, you can see the video in the playlist, so you can easily understand. But in this question you have given the 5 specification and you have to consider any 4 specification. Here I want to give a tip. Whenever you write, you please mention in your exam like the specification. So first you see what is asked. Here HTML table is asked. So this is heading. This is heading. Okay. Then we have a table where we have a border in the table, and there is some cell spacing, cell padding is also given. First row is the table header. After that we have the table divisions, and here columns are merged, so col span. Here rows are merged, so row span will be used. Now let's start the coding. Specification 1. Now what you have to start with, first to write HTML/HTML head/head. Here this is option if you want to include title. Until unless it is mentioned here, marks will not be counted for this. So this is compulsory to write head and HTML head/head and at the last /HTML body. So this is the compulsory part. Now move to the body part. The specification 1 asked that heading HTML should be the first level heading. First level heading means H1. Background color of the page should be light cyan. Now if we know about the body attribute, I want the background color cyan. So this will come in the body. Body BG color light cyan. So here when you write this, you can write specification 1. Then this is also comes under specification 1. H1/H1 is also a container tag. Now in this way specification 1 will be done. So when anyone is checking the paper, they should know that you have done the specification 1 like this. Second, table border should be 1. Table header tag should be used wherever required. So first is the table border 1. This is specification 2. Right? After that TR, TH, this is also specification 2. This is the table header tag. Should be used wherever required. Next is the 4 rows, 4 column. Data should be, data in each cell should be shown. So here table has already started. Table head, this portion is done. Now we will see how my first row is arranged. First row is simple. TR, TD, /TD, this is also TD, this is also TD, this is also TD, and then /TR. Let's see. So this is TR, 4 times TD and /TD. One row is completed. Now come to the second part. TR, TD, 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 but here we have row span. Right? So here FN and row span equal to 2. So here my second row completed. So when you come to the row span part, this is specification 4. So here you will mention specification 4. Here you can mention specification 3. Now next is the call span wherever is used. So here you will write this is 1 TD. This is TR, TD. Here TD call span is used and this is already done with the above row. So 2 TDs will come with 1 call span. TD3 call span FN/LN3. So here mention specification 5. And then close the row, close the table, close the body. Then only all the specifications will be done. So 1 mark each for all the specifications. So children, this was all about the sample paper discussion. You can see the detailed videos which are given in the description link. Thank you so much. All the best.